Hey guys, Mark Holthe here, jumping on, super excited and super happy to be just about back in the game again. I am going to be doing another EE Live Q&A, and I couldn't help myself but pop it up here. And it's going to be tomorrow, March the 27th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the reason I'm so excited about it, guys, and that I'm trying to announce it here live is because it's a super special episode. Not only am I going to be answering the questions that you guys are sending me right here to EE Live Q&A to my email address, mholthe@stringham.ca. Not only am I going to be answering those questions that you guys send in to me, so if you want me to answer them, send them in right now to my email address and I'll consider them for the EE Live Q&A tomorrow. But not only that, guys, but oh my goodness, it says Parmesan cheese. That is fantastic. Okay, let's try this again because it's definitely not supposed to say Parmesan cheese. That is so hilarious. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is hilarious. See this? This yellow part here that you see should say live guest, but it says Parmesan cheese. That's hilarious. I don't know how that happened. But hey, I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer. I'm not a professional videographer nor a graphic designer, clearly, as you can see, even though I've been making all of these videos myself. Hamid says, hi, Mark, say hi to me. Hi, Hamid. I see you, my friend. Anyway, so the reality is tomorrow I've got a live guest coming on. I finally figured out how to do it. And so he's going to come and join me, and you're probably wondering, who is this live guest? Well, I'm going to show you guys who it is. I'm going to jump on here, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And this is it. So Joseph Udith Raj, who is a member of our Express Entry Law Facebook group. He's currently living in Auckland, New Zealand, and this was his post a couple days ago. He said, hi, guys. I'd like to thank God first and then Mr. Mark Holthe for creating such an amazing and helpful group and for providing us with the excellent information for free. I said, I also subscribe to his Express Entry step-by-step program, and I'm happy to announce that I received my stamped passport and confirmation of permanent residence today. And this is the part I love most, okay? He says, a big thank you to all the helpful group members for sharing their valuable experiences. It has been incredibly smooth and a quick ride for me. I'm very grateful for all the blessings bestowed upon me. And then he gives his details here. And right at the end, guys, look at this. Acknowledgement of receipt to PPR 28 days. Guys, how in the world can I not get this guy on? Seriously. So he's going to come in and spend just a couple minutes at the beginning of the EE Live Q&A tomorrow, noon Mountain Standard Time. This is not something that you guys are going to want to miss. So I couldn't help myself. I had to jump on. I had to let you guys know that it was going to be a fantastic EE Live Q&A. So make sure that you send right here, guys, to this email address, your questions, mholthe@stringham.ca. Send me those questions and I will answer them. I'm opening it up. I'm giving you guys an hour. I haven't done it for a while, but it's overdue. So thanks for being patient. I still am not through all of the stuff that I got going on with my family. Let's see. I think I showed this in one of my other posts, but you can see right here, my daughter's in the middle. She is officially gone, entered into the Missionary Training Center. And then my son on the left here, or at least my left, Adam, is going to be reporting in just a few days. Well, about a week. So because of that, my life has been crazy getting these kids ready to go. Jessica's going to be gone for 18 months, Adam for 2 years. And so I've been completely swamped doing that. So those of you guys who are here giving me thumbs up, Manveer, Hamid, Sakib, and Sandeep, all you guys, thanks so much for tuning in live and watching this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time to answer questions during this quick little broadcast, but send me your email to EE Live Q&A, and I will answer your questions tomorrow for sure. Okay? But hey, guys, I'm so excited. This is really cool. You can see I've got this funky little background behind me. I've been recording a whole series of 15, well, it's probably more than 15. But you remember before I was talking about getting your email addresses so that I could actually send you direct messages so that Facebook didn't screen things out? Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing. But I don't want to just get your email and then just send you junk. So I've been producing these awesome little emails with attached video clips that talk about my best strategies and tips for getting through Express Entry safely. So in a little bit, I will be collecting your email addresses so you guys will be able to send those to me, and I'll have some way of collecting them. But I'll get you on my email list, and then I'll be able to send you direct emails with the content so that you don't miss it, so you don't have to search for it. And it's going to be awesome. So Raju says, you'll miss them, it seems. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Raju. Like my wife and I, we are really struggling. I'll be honest. 2 years, a year and a half. But you know what? I had an opportunity to do it when I was their age, and it was the most unbelievable experience of my life. And in all honesty, the reason I'm doing immigration today is because of the 2 years that I spent in Lisbon, Portugal, serving a mission myself. Learned a new language, had an opportunity to meet some unbelievable people. And above all, forget about myself, forget about my desires, what I wanted to do, because at the age of 19, you can be pretty selfish. You don't really care much about what other people think. Well, I left all of that behind, school, girlfriend at the time, everything, even family, and it literally transformed my life. It made me who I am today, and to a large extent, it probably was the reason, that I'm even doing this right now, learning how to talk to people, learning how to step out of my comfort zone, and just connect with people all over the world. So it is fantastic. I see you guys. You guys are already pushing your emails out. I don't have a means of collecting them yet. So Sukdeep and Sudhir and Shamim, Ozabanjo, Iqbal. Oh man, you guys are awesome. But I will give you the notification once I've got it set up. I've got this awesome guy that I've hired to help me to create the email stream, so they are automatically sent out, so that if I can automate things, then I can spend more time answering people's questions, creating more video, more tips, more strategies. I do want to give a shout out to all of you out there, including all of my clients that today received, well, was it today? I think it was. Wait a minute. Was it today that we had an ITA? I didn't even pay attention. Was there a round of invitation today, guys? Just mark in the comments here. I don't have time to get over there to the computer and take a look. But was there a round of invitations today? I can't remember. 'Cause I think there was. I think one of my clients got drawn. You guys are still posting it. So just mark in the comments here. If there was a round of invitations today, let me know. Because I think it was about 446. But yes, see guys, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Guys, it's all over the map. All right. So anyone who thinks they've got it figured out, that there's a system for these draws, it never was. Yeah, that's right, Shankar. It was 446. Thank you, Rajat. 3,000 ITAs issued. And we've seen that. 3,000 is pretty much what they've been issuing every round. And so, yeah, now everybody's catching up. All of those people are confirming for me. Thanks so much, guys. But can you see? Like, it's unpredictable. It's crazy. So I want to tell you guys about one little story. And if I can, I'm going to invite this guy to come on and join me on the live feed as well. And I can't remember who it was. I have to search back. But I've received calls all the time, guys, from people who have made mistakes on their applications. And you know, when you go through our Facebook group and you look at all of the awesome results And clearly, Joseph, who I'm going to have on, his result was unbelievable. It just blows my mind when I think about how fast from acknowledgement of receipt to receiving his passport, his confirmation of permanent residence, how fast it happened. 28 days. That's crazy. But guys, every single day, I can't even count how many emails I get from people who have tried to do it themselves, which is totally cool. But there's people on our group constantly saying, you don't need any help. You can figure it out. All you have to do is read the government website. So let me tell you about this person, and I'll just call him MD. Okay. So for MD, the reality was he was drawn when the scores were, I think, in their 420s. Okay. So he received his ITA. He submitted his EAPR, and he came to me, well, about 4 months in, because he received something that was awful. His application got returned. And it was because his police clearance, there was something wrong with it. I think he was coming from Pakistan. And you guys know how crazy that police clearance regime is. If you don't have your police clearance covering every period of time in which you were actually living in your particular city or wherever the police clearance was issued from, immigration bounces your application back. And so that's what happened to MD. Okay, so not only was his score low, 420, and he received that ITA when the score was low, but he also, so it wasn't bad enough that he just lost 4 or 5 months, guys, but he got 1 year older, and he lost even more comprehensive ranking points. So it's crazy. And so I'm desperate to get more information out to you guys, to teach you, to help you, to avoid losing out. It's the loss, guys. It's not the loss of a couple months if you screw it up and get it wrong and then have to refile. But guys, what I'm talking about here is losing out on your opportunity to come to Canada at all. Realizing your dream is like done because of one simple mistake. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you can see the bags under my eyes. It's actually about 9 p.m. I've been going steady since as soon as I could. Once the office closed at 4:30, I immediately came in here. You can see I've created this weird kind of backdrop just to remove the distractions. But I've created these series of videos, and I've got 9 done. I've got 6 more that I've got to do, and they're all evolving. The first ones start with just general stuff for people who are just learning about Express Entry, but it's not totally general, because I share tons of stuff like how to determine if you're eligible. What happens if you keep getting rejected from the Come to Canada tool? Just a whole bunch of other, common reasons why people's applications are refused. So all of those things are all in the initial phase. And then I transition to things specifically for you guys who are sitting in the pool right now hoping to get your ITA. Things like how to increase my comprehensive ranking system score. Things like what's a job offer and how do I prove my work experience? And then finally, it's going to evolve into a whole bunch of other things that are really specific to even people who have already received their ITAs. So there you go, guys. That's what I've got planned. I'm super excited about it. I'm really stoked about it because it's something that's going to be automated, that's going to allow people to watch it at the speed in which they want. And it'll allow me to deal with the large multinational companies that I have right now. I just brought up 12 or 13 workers for one project for one multinational I act for. I've got some more coming from Australia for another project. I've got some South African workers who are coming up with their families that we're trying to get work permits for them to come and work in British Columbia. And so these are all multinational companies I've acted for years. It's different than you guys. So I don't want you guys to get the impression that there's all these jobs available in Canada right now because these are different. These are intercompany transfers. And so, but I do a lot of high-level business immigration. And guys, that work pays me a lot of money. And so understand that if that was my only focus was dollars, I can tell you guys that I wouldn't be doing this stuff. I do this stuff because I love it. And you guys know I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer. I'm an ex-immigration officer, and I am a former high school teacher. And so this allows me to teach. It's so awesome. It's so cool. And that's why I love doing it, because it's my passion. It's what I've called my zone of genius. It's what I'm really good at, and what, I just love sharing. And so, guys, I'll pop this up here, because as I do all the time right here, guys, this Express Entry Complete Step-by-Step guide is full of all of this. It's in one place. You don't have to sit and wait for days on end to get the information. It's on demand. You subscribe, you've got access to it, you jump in, you watch everything. It cuts out all the noise. It's a place that you can trust. Guys, if you can't trust me by now to know what I'm doing, then especially those of you who've been with me all along for over a year, well, then I don't know what would be. But this guide right here, guys, this is where it's at. And I don't know if I have the actual link. I've got so much going on here. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yes. So there's the link. That's how you access it. You just type in CanadianImmigrationInstitute.com and you can access it, and you can subscribe right now. But guys, that's where all my knowledge is poured into. There's just, there's a ton of Q&As and just a wealth of information. But the biggest, most powerful aspect of it is it's a complete walkthrough. It's not some list with me telling you the steps, and you guys can see those all over. Someone does it themselves, figures out that they know everything there is to know about it, which they don't, and then shares that list, and then everybody assumes that, oh, that has got to be the only pathway. If I follow exactly what that person did, I'm going to get permanent residence. Well, all it is a list of instructions. Guys, I show you how to do it in that guide. So anyways, so that's that. I'm going to pull that off. I don't need that. I don't need that. But you guys are the reason I do this. The way you guys, as I've watched, the way you guys help one another and you share information is just unbelievable. It means so much to me, because I know that if I can't be there for you all the time, that there are other people there to step in and to help. Now, I want to share one thing with you guys, and because this is going to be ultimately posted on the site as a recording, and people can go in and watch it, I'm going to move this stuff down here out of the way. I'm slowly starting to learn how to do this stuff. I'm going to move that out of the way, and then I just want to talk to you just a little bit about, if I can go back to our Facebook group here, bear with me. I'm going to share my screen with you guys in 1 second. There, and then I'm going to shift. Look at this. Amazing. Okay, so here I'm going to go in. This is pretty big, so I'm actually going to move some of the stuff out of the way, and I know you guys are commenting. I want to take a second here, and I'm going to go right into our group if I can find it. I've got so much stuff going on here. Oh, that's not the one. That's my moderators group. That's where my moderators go. You guys are awesome. You totally put up with my crazy antics here and and my lack of technical expertise. Okay, so here's what I want to show you guys. Okay. Hey, there I am live. What do you know? Okay, so people will post questions like this. Probation of 3 months, written job offer, would that be considered as experience? The salary was the same. Okay. So sometimes, guys, sometimes people will post questions like this, and then others ignore his typo, answer his question if you can. Okay, so for this one example, Soham indicated this. Probation of 3 months, written in the job offer. I could tell Soham right now, it's totally fine, Soham. You don't need to worry about it. All you need to do is just make sure that the company indicates that your duties that you performed while on probation meet the requirements of that NOC and that you were paid, and you're good to go, right? I could post that in a comment right down here. You are totally fine. Just make sure that you actually performed the duties that you are claiming within your selected NOC. And then I'll put it right there. So I put this here, Canadian Immigration Institute. Well, the reality is that's a good answer, but it's not a great answer. The better answer is for me to take and actually link back to the resource on the government website where I actually got that information. Because how in the world is Soham going to know or understand whether or not my comment is actually legitimate and trustworthy? Now you can see a nice little badge, and I am posting as the Canadian Immigration Institute here. And so by this time, everybody knows that, hey, this ugly mug of this ugly guy up on the top banner, he's the one who's running this show, and he's the one who's answering the questions. And by now, after all of the videos, and I don't know if you guys have gone to my YouTube channel. Let me just pull it up here. I'll show you guys something. YouTube. If you guys have gone to my YouTube channel here, you will see, hey, what do you know, guys? There are a few videos, okay? Do you guys see this content? Hey, there's some of my video testimonials. This stuff is what I live for. This is my passion. This is what I'm building. This is going to be so massive, it's just going to blow everybody's minds. But the reality is, I need, as even myself, I need to do a better job of answering Soham's question. And so what do? Well, I link back to the government website. So if I'm here and the question is about, does 3 months of a written job of probation, can I count that towards my full-time work experience? Well, there is nothing, at least that I'm aware of, that deals with that specific type of question. But what I would do is I would go back here and I would type in federal skilled. Actually, I wonder, there's a couple different directions that I could go with this. Let's try MIs, EE, CIC. Let's see if that works. This one might work. Let's see. Is this the one? Yes. I think so. No, it's not. Backtrack. It's this one. Obviously, I take a little bit more time thinking about this. So here you can see refugee protection. These are the actual ministerial instructions that the government uses to determine express entry. So I'm going to search here, foreign work experience. Oh, I think I missed one here. I'm going to search foreign work experience because I want to make sure I'm giving the best answer. Now, I know it's not here. And the reason I can find this, guys, is because obviously I've read this and I was familiar with it. I was familiar with this legislation before it even became law, because I was involved with some of the working groups that provided feedback to immigration when they were creating express entry in the first place. But I'm going to scroll. Here we go. Foreign work experience. This is the answer, guys. So I would put a link here. I would copy this. I would put here in my comment for further. We'll put here for further confirmation, comma, search foreign work. And you guys may or may not be able to see this. I don't know. Foreign work experience. And I'll put it in quotes. On this website, okay, we'll put here, within the ministerial instructions for express entry, and you will see what you have to prove to get your foreign work experience accepted. Okay, so then I put this in here, and then I put the link, and then I hit enter. Okay, so there we go. It takes it right there, and that is irrefutable proof. So anyone who's posting, let's take a look at this. So what does it mean? Can you count? Is there any restriction with counting probationary work? Well, what is foreign work experience? Well, we know that it's outside Canada in one or more occupations listed in the NOC. It's got to be skill level 0A or B. We know that. It has to be full-time work experience or the equivalent in part-time. We remember this, guys, right? I've taught you guys about this. Within 10 years, right? And it has to be paid. But that's not the key. That's the general overview. But the thing that that Soham is most interested in is what it takes to actually count that work experience. So if you look here, it says right here, this is the answer right here. It must have been performed, okay? You must have performed the actions described in the lead statement for the occupation, as set out in the occupational description of the NOC, as well as a substantial number of the main duties. So the real answer here, and yes, we can read it must be full-time and what full-time, what counts as full-time. You'll see here that there's no restriction for going to school and working at the same time and getting that actual work experience counted. If you're in Canada on a study permit, you're going through the Canadian Experience class, then yes, there is a specific prohibition from being able to count work experience gained while you were on a study permit in Canada. And if you're in Canada, you also you cannot count self-employed work experience. So do you see where I'm getting with this, guys? So after all of this, there's the answer, and it's complete and comprehensive. You know, I could also, if I really wanted to help them out, and this is for you expert, super smart guys, I would maybe even copy this for one more level of phenomenalness, if that's a word. I would click reply, and then I would paste this in right there. So that's it. And then I'd put here, if you satisfy this, comma, you are good to go. However, comma, don't forget the other things in section A above this one that tell you everything you need to know. Now, this is me rambling and trying to do a video and showing you exactly how to answer a question. So this is the level that I want to aspire to within our group, guys. If I can help you guys become so knowledgeable that you know exactly where to go within the government's website to find the information you need, that's what I want to, that's the Canadian Immigration Institute. That's the level of answers that I want to strive for. Okay? So I'm laughing at Egan Doonan's question. My friend, send me an email right here, okay? To mholthy@stringham.ca, EE Live Q&A, and I'll answer your question, okay? So stick it in there. Nawaz, you're famous. You guys are hilarious. I'm not famous. I'm an average farm kid from Lethbridge, Alberta, who grew up growing our own garden food and raising our own cattle and living off the land and not having $2 to our name, wearing hand-me-down clothes, getting my clothes from the thrift store. That's where I came from, guys. I am not some highfalutin, fancy guy. I am just someone who genuinely wants to help you, who cares about you guys. And yes, would I love to make millions of dollars off of people buying my course? Yes, because then I could cut back on the actual direct representation I do, and I could focus my whole time and attention in growing the whole Canadian Immigration Institute, taking 30% of the proceeds of everything that I make and building schools and hospitals in other countries, basically the countries where you guys are coming from, as Canada steals you guys to make our country better at the expense of yours. Okay. All right. I'm kind of going a little bit crazy here, but that's my vision. If I had thousands of people buying the course, I would have way more money than I needed to deal with. I would take that money and I would give it back. I would create a charitable foundation that invested back in all the countries where we're stealing the best and brightest people. So there we go. I don't know where that came from. I didn't mean to get carried away with that. But anyways, that's my motivation. That's why I do what I do. And I think I've blithered on long enough here. But come back tomorrow if you can. Whatever you can do, come back, share this with everybody. Hey, there's Joseph, my friend. You are here. He's watching it. So Joseph is going to join me. Come tomorrow at noon, okay? And watch my very first of many, many, many live. I intend to bring people on every single EE Live Q&A to celebrate their success, celebrate the fact that our group helped them, that the Express Entry Law Facebook group is the best, awesomest, amazing group in all of Facebook land, all of the world, where people can go to actually get help, where they can get all of the resources they need to do it themselves if they want to have people that they can engage to help get tips and strategies, and obviously to hire me if they want to hire a lawyer. That's one of the underlying reasons why I created it, is to help grow my own practice. But primary, it's to help, to serve. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm done rambling. I'll post this up again here. Let's see if I can find it. I think this is the one. It's so hilarious. Oh man, Joseph, I tried to put right here in this where it says Parmesan cheese. It is so funny. I have no clue how that got on my little image I was trying to create. I have no clue whatsoever. And so anyways, this should say live guest. And then I'll pull Joseph on and he'll talk a little bit about his experience. He can talk about the benefits of the group, his freaking awesome 28-day processing time. And finally, he can also share a little bit of his experience using the guide. Because I know a lot of you guys figure, why? What's the purpose of the guide? I've got everything I need here. Well, the reality is the guide fills in all of those gaps and holes that you're missing. In fact, it walks you through, like you are a 5-year-old person, how to do the whole thing. My 12-year-old daughter, hands down, could apply for her own Express Entry if she uses the guide. All right. Okay, guys, I've talked enough. Thanks. Joseph is laughing. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, I better shut it down. I got to get home to my family. 9:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time right now. I've got to get some sleep, so I'm back at it tomorrow. I've got a whole bunch of work permits to push out. And then the following week, I'm away again, heading down to Utah to take this character right here with his sister, who's already down there, who, it's going to be hard. Okay, I better shut this off or I'm gonna be an emotional mess here. Anyways, to see these kids down there, just growing as human beings and forgetting about themselves and helping other people. Adam's going down to Suriname, is probably where he is, going to learn to speak Dutch. And Jessica's actually going to the U.S. to serve the people in the United States of America in whatever way she can. All right, guys, I'm signing off. Have an absolutely wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's Tuesday. What's the day? The 27th of March at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know some of you guys, it's going to be midnight, but it'll be worth it. Send your questions to mholthe, stringham.ca right here, EE Live Q&A in the subject line, and I'll answer them. All right, guys. Awesome. Take care. Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, signing off. Take care.